Welcome back. We are talking today about how men move differently and how Ceroc supports confidence, community, and well-being.
All good then, hey?
Yeah, all good. As you know, if you've listened to any of our Movember theme minis this month, Mark's been deep diving into the subject of, I think, mental health. Really, haven't you,
Men's
Paul?
mental health and
More of that aspect of Movember, haven't you, than
yeah,
anything else? Because obviously, Ciroc can really help people with mental health, can't
it
it? Me
can, it
included.
can.
So we thought we'd just have a little chat about that, really, and about how Ciroc can help guys.
Yeah,
So, Mark,
right.
why do men struggle to start dancing?
Um, I think it's more that we don't. As a man, you don't really think about the dancing. As a partner dance, if you're like you did when we first started, you
Yeah.
told me we're going dancing, and I'm like, what? Partner dancing doesn't spring to mind straight away. And it's just trying to coordinate everything. For the first few times, it could be stressful.
Yeah, I can imagine. I suppose that there's things like worrying about looking silly in front of other blokes and stuff like that, isn't there?
Yeah, it's more. I think it's that part of I can't dance, and then you get there, and then you find out that you've got to lead, you've got to learn the moves, do the moves, think of what you're doing next, and it all becomes a little bit too much.
So you had no idea what your other half was dragging you into when you agreed to go.
No,
Right. I think the other thing is that a lot of the time we hear that ladies come along on their own and they have left their other halves at home, and the other half at home is saying dancing's not for blokes.
it's. I can understand why. I'd have felt like that the first time, but you know what? Now I do it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's enjoyable. Takes your mind off everything.
Yeah, it does definitely. For a
Um,
little while anyway.
yeah, it does your coordination good
Yeah,
and gets you meeting new people.
it does. But I think there's still that thing. So for a guy to walk into a room full of strangers and thinking that they won't be able to keep up or they won't be coordinated, or especially when they realise that actually the guy leads. Quite often it's the woman leading at home, isn't it, or the other
Yeah,
half? So
it's scary, yeah, but you know what? Realistically, it's come down and give it a try.
yeah,
Try our
definitely.
community. Try some dancing.
Yeah, I mean we've got some big guys that come dancing, haven't we? The
Yeah,
proper men's men, if you want to call it that.
we've
Uh,
got all sorts, haven't
we
we?
have
We've got the older guys. We've
the
got
older
some young
guys.
guys. We've got guys that are men's men. We've got it's basically you name it, and they're there.
They are. We've got all different types of people at Ciroc, haven't we?
Yeah,
Men and women. So when we actually see men coming into our venue, I think what they actually discover when they try Ciroc is they actually relax a bit, don't they?
yeah.
At first, because they realise it's not quite as bad as they thought it was.
No,
It's
the part is with the guys. They need reassurance
yeah,
that they are doing it.
yeah,
You know, and it's the most important thing to know that it's not going to click within the first 5 minutes.
no, definitely
It's
not.
not going to click within the first 2 weeks.
But they realise, don't they, that everybody else, all the other guys there, they're in the beginners refresher. They're all learning.
It's that part where we have to tell them we've all been there. We've all been there, dancing along 6, 7, 8 weeks, thinking to myself, I can't get this. Why isn't this going in? But then all of a sudden, 1 week you'll go and it'll just click. And you'll go, oh, well, look at me, I can dance.
Absolutely.
That big smile upon their face that first time. So, one at Ashbourne who wasn't getting it and kept coming and coming, and we kept pushing him. And then all of a sudden, he got it on the Tuesday, he was freestyling on the Friday, and it was
That's
just
true.
like, his face was amazing. He was so happy.
And now he goes to workshops all over the place, Ciroc workshops, doesn't
Yeah,
he? And goes to every possible event that he can go to. He's so engrossed in the whole Ceroc world,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's
Completely
embraced
it.
dance.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is just from a female's perspective, but you can see guys when they first come in, and yes, they are concerned because they're doing the same moves over and over again, and they're dancing with somebody that may have been dancing for a long time. Do you think that's a worry that some guys have after their first lesson?
So the worry is that you get your few moves, so you get your first 3 moves down, and you're going to dance them 3 moves, and you're just going to keep dancing them 3 moves. And what I found is a lot of guys think, oh God, they're not going to want to dance with me because I'm just doing the same 3 moves, so it's boring. So my little words to them are, you're not dancing with the same person.
No.
So you're going to go over there and you're dancing with that lady. You're going to do them moves. You're coming off, you're going to grab somebody else, or they're going to grab you, and you're going to do them moves again. But it's a different person.
You know, I think from a follower's perspective, if I was dancing with a guy that had only got his 3 moves to a track that I really loved, I don't think I'd really be noticing what moves he was doing. I'd be following along, singing away to the track. The point of the dance is that you're dancing and you're enjoying it and you're loving the music and you're on the dance floor. It doesn't really matter what the moves are.
I've spoke with some ladies as well, and they're not bothered about the guys that do 26,000 moves. What they're interested in is a guy that can do the moves and do them well.
Yeah.
Whether it's 3 moves, 6 moves, 9 moves.
And has a laugh with them, makes eye contact, and has a chat, while you're dancing round. Dancing's supposed to be fun, isn't it?
But the part is, you've got to remember we're guys. Okay, so we're already multitasking by dancing one move, thinking about the next move, and then you're trying to talk to us. So you may get a delayed reaction off the guy you're dancing with, whilst he fits in what he's doing next and answers your question.
That's true, because when I try to speak to you when you're engrossed in a task and you don't answer me, I get really mad with you, don't I?
Yeah.
And you say, what do you say?
I was concentrating on whatever I was doing.
What do I say?
Well, you can do 2 things at once.
No, I don't. What do I say? It doesn't stop your mouth working.
Yeah, but this is a guy. It does stop your mouth working. If we're engrossed in something, we're concentrating, and as it always states, we cannot multitask. I know we're trying to when we dance, but throwing it is and getting us into triple tasking is asking a lot.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. But from my point of view, obviously I'm on the front desk, and I do spend a lot of time watching the dancing and seeing different people coming in week by week, people that started not too long ago. And I do start to see changes in some of these guys. I do start to see a confidence when they come to the door. Like, instead of coming to the door looking really anxious like they did do for the first few weeks, they then start coming in, hiya, and they're there and they're looking forward to getting on the dance floor, which is really nice to see.
It's good to see when guys have got it and they're enjoying it. It's good to see the faces on a Monday night that are like, yay, dance.
Yeah.
I think as well with Derby and with Ashbourne, it's that sense of community.
Very much so.
So we're all together in for the same thing, and it's community, well-being, happiness.
I mean, everybody really does surround newbies, don't they, and look after them.
Yeah.
And everybody talks to everybody else when they come to the class. So hopefully they're not just left sitting there with nobody to talk to, unless they're not a particularly talkative person, then that's up to them. But I do see them, they start saying yes to more dancers. They stop feeling so embarrassed about their three move routines, and they actually start embracing being on the dance floor and being proud of themselves. I think
you know what, when a guy gets it, I can't think of a prouder moment.
No.
As being a taxi before as well.
Yeah.
It's that part that you can look at him, you can see him dancing and actually getting it, and you're thinking, wow, look how far you've come.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's that part of actually telling them that.
Yeah.
They're going to love to know that they are a good dancer.
Yeah.
And it'd be absolutely great.
I think it's the same for a guy or a girl, really. When somebody says thank you for the great dance, that those few words can make such a difference to a person's confidence. I really enjoyed my dance with you, or something like that.
I had it the other week where I'd finished dancing with someone. We'd come off the dance floor, and she said, "I absolutely love dancing with you."
Oh, that's nice.
And it's that part where you're thinking, "Ooh,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, of course.
and it's just good. It's good to know that other people like to dance with you.
Absolutely.
You know, it gives you confidence a boost.
Yeah.
Which obviously, with what we're talking about as well, it also does good for your well-being.
It does for your mental well-being, doesn't it? It helps men to relax more, and they maybe talk more. You know, maybe open up a little bit more to people in the venue. Yeah, men or women, get chatting to people, make friends. You know, it does make a difference. It's less pressure, I think, than going to a gym and feeling that you've got to perform with the weights because somebody might see you, you know, pulling like a couple of pound in instead of a lot. You know, it's not that kind of a pressure, is it?
No, but the dancing is good for your muscles.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you get to stretch.
Mm.
Yeah, and you get to push yourself.
Yeah.
You will break into a sweat. Your heart rate will increase.
Yeah, everybody does, don't they?
And it's exercise,
Yeah.
but without you realising it. It's fun.
I mean, quite often, if you've been on the stage DJ, and I don't always realise that you've been on the dance floor, and you'll come to me at the end of the night and go, flipping heck, I'm absolutely shattered.
Yeah.
I've had, you know, 4 dancers on the trot or 5 dancers on the trot as well as DJing and doing, you know, at the same time. And you go and you'll say, oh, my legs ache, but it's a good ache, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not...
Don't get me wrong, I don't mind having 4 dancers in a row. It's good for me.
No, you love it, don't you?
And don't ever be afraid to come and ask me to dance.
No, absolutely not.
You know, because I do the part where I never say no. The only part is probably about 20 to 11 when I've got to announce the last tracks.
Yeah.
That might be the point where I say no. But that's purely and simply because I've got to announce last 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And then start packing away.
Yeah.
Otherwise than that, come and grab me.
Absolutely. I mean, we've said we had taxi trading today with some of our crew, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you were actually saying that, you know, when you've got a new person on the dance floor and you don't want them to go and sit down again, you want them to have more than one dance, you want them to start enjoying the whole dance community. So if they really can't see another partner, say everybody's partnered up again already, to just go and pass them to you on the stage and you'll come and down and dance with them, didn't you?
I'll come down and dance with them, not a problem. I don't mind dancing with new people. I enjoy it. And it's part where I can either revert back to proper beginner, or if I feel that they can, I'll push them a little bit more to do like an intermediate move and just have fun.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I always say to people when they come in the door and they all look really nervous, I'm like, it's not a competition. This is the whole point of coming here, is to just have fun. Go and enjoy yourself.
The whole part of being here is for us to enjoy dancing, and learn. Absolutely. That's what you're there for. That's why it's called a class.
But for the most part, I think if you just go away with one move and the essentials on your first night, you've got your step backs, you've got your hand hold, and you've got one move, you've done well. And at the end of the day, if you've given us your email, when you get home, there will be an email in your inbox with video of the moves for tonight.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got those, so you might only remember the one move, but actually, when you look at the other moves on video a few times over and over, it starts to click in, doesn't it?
It does. I also used to tell, when I was doing the taxi, I always used to tell the beginners that you've got a spare 5 minutes whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil. And there's nothing wrong with doing your stepping back at that point. Whilst you're waiting for the kettle, just do your step backs. Do your essentials, stepping back. Yeah. If you want to, hold on to the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so it gives you where to stretch to. Yeah.
I think going back to the Movember theme, I'm thinking of a particular guy who had stopped coming to Ceroc Derby, at least. I think he'd stopped going to Ceroc altogether for a while. And he had been in a relationship with a lady who didn't dance, so he'd stopped coming dancing. And the relationship had broken down and they'd split, and he suddenly found himself alone, with no real circle of friends, distant family. And I'd actually sent out a batch of emails to lapsed members the week before. What we normally do is, if you haven't been for so many years or so many months, whatever, we'll send you an email inviting you to come back for a night for free. And he'd seen this email and thought, do you know what, I'll just go, I'm really scared, but I'll go back to Ceroc. And he walked in, and I knew his name straight away when he came in, because I remember him from coming regularly previously. But when people come in and you see them every week, you remember the names. It's like rote, isn't it?
You do.
Yeah. And you don't, but I do. And he came in and I said hi to him and said his name. And he was like, oh, you remember me? I was like, yeah, of course I do. And he actually opened up and said to me, well, I haven't been for a really long time. And I said, oh, well, we've missed having you, welcome back. And he actually opened up and told me about what had happened to him and that he felt really anxious and not very confident coming back. But he came back. He had his free night for his lap steamate, that he got from me. And on the dance floor, he was there, he did the class, he went in the refresher, and when he came out, and he said to me, it's like I've never been away. I've forgotten how much I loved it. And he came in really anxious and really sort of, oh God, I've lost everything. And he went out with a big smile on his face, and now he comes every week.
It's that part with us, isn't it? There's no point being anxious with us.
And he's made new friends. He's got a new friendship group that he's made since he's come back.
Yeah.
So, actually, how great is that? Even if you haven't been for a bit, just come back.
Yeah.
You're always welcome. Always welcome. And it's really helped him to move on from a broken down relationship and move on to a different way of life.
Well, that's the whole thing, isn't it? We want to encourage people to just step out the comfort zone a bit.
Yeah.
There's no point sitting at home on your own, feeling scared, anxious, stressed. That's not what Ceroc is about. So there's no need to feel stressed. We've said it before. So even the guys that are out there, if you want to come dancing and you're scared of coming through that front door, then get on the Facebook group, message us, let us know you're coming. If you don't want to walk in alone, I'll come and meet you outside.
Yeah, you go out for a vape, don't you? And then
I go out for a vape, so I can guarantee you I usually set up and done by about 7:30. So 7:35, I'm usually outside having a vape. If you want to come at 7:35 and see me outside, and we'll go in together.
I think the other part of that is that we have 2 taxi teams because they alternate taxi shifts, and both of our taxi teams have a guy in them.
Yeah.
So there will be a guy on the door, or
and he's dead easy. It's Paul or Paul.
Yeah, Paul or Paul. You can't get it wrong. And they're both amazing blokes, both amazing dancers, really, really lovely blokes, laid back, proper men's blokes, bloke, but absolutely brilliant with all the beginners.
Yeah.
So patient and so understanding of what it feels like to walk in the first time with, or coming back after a really long time and feeling the way that you do. I think, if we look at why Ceroc is so good for men, I honestly feel like in a Ceroc environment, there's not really any competition, is there? Like there is in gyms or in sport and stuff like that. There's always this competition out there. In Ceroc, it's still exercising, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
You said, like, you've worked out, you've stretched, you've done cardio, you've done all of that stuff on the dance floor. And you've done that and you've achieved it. You've had fun at the same time. You've had a social experience and you haven't been in competition with any other guy on the dance floor because you're dancing with that one partner. Nobody's looking at you. They're all in their own dances, aren't they?
The only competition is going to be in your head.
Absolutely,
because if you've not long started and you see a guy that's been coming 9 years, so yes, he's going to know more moves than you and be able to be a bit more stylish on the dance floor. But you can look at that and go, that's where I'm going to be in 9 years.
Yeah. And the other thing I like about Ceroc and about the people that come is when they see somebody else who is an incredible dancer, who's really honed their skill, and they're on the dance floor, they always will dance with anybody that wants to dance with them. But if they see people on the dance floor and they say, oh, wow, look at them. Wow, or he or she is amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's appreciating the beauty of what's around you. That's not being jealous or like it being in competition with them. That's just saying, wow, I wish I could be like that one day. And you can be.
Yeah.
You absolutely can be.
And it's that part, guys, to give yourself more confidence as well. I used to say it, and I'll still say it. If you're a beginner, get hold of the intermediate dancers. 1, they'll make you look good.
Yeah, they will.
2, they will help you do the moves. 3, them looking good with you dancing with them makes you feel good.
It really does.
Yeah, so that gives you a boost as well.
It really does.
So, but the main thing is to go out there and have fun.
Yeah.
There's no competition in it. Well, there is if you want to be competitive, but that's at competitions, not on a class night.
Do you know what I really like to see on a class night is when you see a couple having a dance, and they probably are doing the same moves over and over again, but you can see them having like a really lovely chit chat, smiling and laughing with each other while they're having this little dance, which is a subconscious thing. The moves are just being done, but actually what they're focusing on is their conversation that they're having, you know, and making friendships
Yeah.
on the dance floor is like the best thing. The one thing that I always think is funny is that the guys know the ladies' names and the ladies know the guys' names, but the guys don't know the guys' names and the ladies don't know the ladies' names.
No, it never mixes.
But, well, we say it never. I think it does at our venues because they are so friendly that they sit around the table together and chat. So actually they do get to know each other's names. I don't as often get people asking me people's names anymore, you know. It's like they've sussed it out themselves and worked out themselves.
I think they've worked out they're not scared to go and ask somebody what the name is.
But that's the thing. The guy and the lead and the follow, they're on the dance floor and having a really good chit chat. And at the end, they've had a dance. They might give them a quick hug and then move on to the next person. Don't have to do hugs, by the way. It's not compulsory. But once you start coming on a regular basis, I think you fall in love. You know who I'm thinking of on a Monday? The big guy, the pizza guy.
Oh yeah.
So he is a big dude.
Oh yeah.
He is the nicest guy, and he comes in. He's big, tall, muscly guy, and he gets on that dance floor, and he's a really nice dancer. And he goes to different venues, and he chats to everybody. He's got a wife at home.
Yeah.
She's not a dancer. She's not bothered about him going dancing.
Let's him come out to play.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to dance, it's fine. Love you, go. You know, which is many wives are like the same. Excuse me. But he comes in and he's there on the dance floor. You never would imagine if you saw him in the street that he can actually dance. But he's a really nice dancer and a really nice
guy.
And he helps the beginners. He helps the ladies that come in that are new. That you know that the new follows, doesn't he, to get their confidence to grow. So yeah, it's I think for guys it is non-competitive. It's no kit. You don't need any kit to come in. You just need your dance shoes and your bottle of water and a change of a top, don't you?
Yeah.
And you literally...
And maybe some deodorant.
Definitely some deodorant, antiperspirant. But other than that, that's all you need to come and work out and have a really fabulous night. Have a drink, have a fabulous night.
Yeah.
That's it. Job done.
And it is a place as well, if you do actually need a hug, you're guaranteed you will get a hug at Derby.
We're pretty huggy. We hug at Ashbourne as well. We'll probably start hugging at Burton in January.
Yeah.
I think it's just something that we do at Ceroc Inspire. It's just... years ago, before the pandemic, there used to be, it's like a line at a bridal reception, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hug your way out.
Hug your way out of the door. Everybody had to have a hug on the way out. And for some people, that is lovely because they might not get a hug outside of Ceroc.
Yeah.
So they actually get human contact, they get a nice big hug. We have Simon, our totally blind dancer. He hugs everybody because it's a sensory thing for him.
Yeah, he thoroughly enjoys a hug.
He loves a good hug, you know. And some people don't. Some people don't want a hug, and some people will see you hugging and kind of
try and shy away.
No, and that's fine. We would never inflict a hug on anybody that doesn't want one.
Oh.
We tease a few people, Paul and Ton. I'll tease them and say, right, how dare you escape that hug? But for the most part, you know, it's there if you want it. And most people have had such a good night, they seem to want it. Some people don't, and that's fine.
So you haven't got to worry if it's a guy hugging a guy or whatever, because it's what we do here.
It's just what we do. It doesn't mean anything.
You know, if you need a hug, come get a hug.
Yes, I mean, sometimes you don't always realise, do you, that a guy might be going through a bad time, or a girl might be going through a bad time, and they've come there and they've had a really great night, but a hug at the end of it might be just what they needed.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going on in another person's world, do you?
No, but it's. I like to say, like I've said in the minis, that it's guys tend to bottle it up, keep it in. You know, because we're brought up to be big, strong, tough guys that can take anything and not cry about anything.
Yeah.
But that's not the way of life nowadays.
It isn't as much. And even then, even if they are keeping it to themselves, sometimes that hug or just that gentle hand squeeze or something as they go out the door might just be just what they needed, that little bit of comfort or support to help them through whatever it is they're going through.
And it's that part of, you know, if they are there and they do need to talk to someone, then it's going to be somebody that doesn't know anything they're going on and might be able to just give them that little bit of a push to keep them going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm always available on the desk, and I do have a lot of people coming and telling me things that they need to get off their chest. Yeah. And they all stay in my head. You don't get to know about them, do you?
Nope.
I don't tell anybody anything that anybody tells me in confidence, and I think that if I can just be that person that just helps them to make some headspace, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I'm more happy to do that.
Well, I'm quite happy to have a chat.
Yeah.
I can be found outside sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's a nice quiet place to come and have a chat if you need to.
I think from a female point of view, what I notice about men who dance is that they have much more confidence. They have, I don't know, a calmness about them, maybe a posture, social confidence kind of posture. I don't know. I always feel safe dancing with men who are relaxed and kind, obviously.
Yeah.
People have a laugh with me. And obviously I haven't been on a dance floor for a while. So when I go on a dance floor, let's hope nobody's expecting me to be able to dance. I'll be like a beginner again. But, you know, we were saying in taxi train today about people keep saying sorry. Don't need to say you're sorry, do you?
No.
I like a partner that's kind. I don't want a partner that's telling me where I'm going wrong, because actually I already know that. It's just that, you know, you want to be able to go out there, don't you, and have fun.
As we say, if you're keeping saying sorry because you're doing something wrong, or you're getting it wrong, or you're not doing it right, you just scrap that idea.
It's freestyle.
What you're actually doing is creating a unique new move just for you.
Yeah, a freestyle move.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Have a laugh. Carry on.
I think women obviously appreciate men showing up.
Yeah.
When football's on, it's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? We have all the ladies and only the men that don't like football showing up. But the ladies like to help the beginner men as well. So I think if men come in and they are unsure, there are a lot of ladies in our dance community that love to help people to.
They'll always give you a hand.
Be patient. They're patient with them and don't mind when it's the one move over and over again. Or lots of back and forths, and that's it.
You know what? It's called muscle memory. That's why you're keeping going backwards and forwards, and doing the same move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then you get it in muscle memory.
I mean, we have men in our community that will go into the beginner's refresher session during the intermediate class, just because they like to help beginners. They enjoy going and supporting beginners, and we have some ladies that will do that as well for the guys.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky in our community. I think that. It's so inclusive. Everybody helps everybody else, don't they?
Yeah, I mean,
supports everybody else.
There's that one thing I forgot to tell you about a man's brain.
Oh, go on then.
So we get so far along. So we'll learn 10, 12, 15 moves. Then the brain gets full. Yeah. So what happens is then you're going to learn a new move.
It's just a bit like the multitasking thing.
Yeah, you're going to learn that new move, and then what's going to happen is one of the old moves is going to drop out. So it falls off your brain. So you've got a new move, but you've lost one. Now, this is how a guy's brain works. So you can feel it.
Everybody's brain works, isn't it?
Well, you can feel it so full of moves, but then when you learn a new one, one's got to go.
Well, I'm a little bit concerned about you not being able to multitask, because if I start talking to you on the dance floor, does that mean you're going to stop and just talk to me?
No, it means I'm going to cuff you on the back of the head with my arm. Same as always. That's why it's always happened.
For cuffing people on the top of their heads. Even Nick said today, didn't she, that you cuff her on the top of the head sometimes, and you demo for her. But you know what?
It's a problem with having the bigger lower arm. That when you bring your hand over the top of the head, that part gets caught. Oh, yeah. So and it's your head that gets in the way. Ladies, you need to learn to duck. When my arm's coming over your head, you need to learn to duck.
Duck. Here comes Mark's arm. Anyway. We've had a really lovely talk about men in Ceroc and a bit about women in Ceroc.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever thought about giving Ceroc a try, come along. Tuesday night. We'll save yourself a Burton. 21st of January, we'll be opening up our Burton class. Got a beginners day on the 17th in Burton if you want to come and join us for a £5, see what it's all about. We'll be there. We'll have our crew there to welcome you in. And Burton is going to be amazing.
It's going to be like everywhere else. It's going to be fun. It's going to be friendly.
It's the same crew. It's the same people, isn't it? It's everybody that you know already. So if you want to pop over there, as well as Derby, and have 2 dance nights, that would be great. It's friendly. It's fun. And hopefully you'll feel better for coming to the class.
Well, I'm sure some people do. I do.
Yeah, I do actually. Because sometimes we sit at home, don't we? We're like, oh gosh, we've got to go to Ceroc. And we get up, we get in the car and go. As soon as we walk through the door, woohoo, we're here. Yeah. Anyway, let's just end it there and say to you, look after yourselves, look out for each other, and if dancing has helped you, keep going and bring your friends.